The nearby cars had formed themselves into a traffic jam, and Rosa lifted her voice over a hooting of horns. "Hopefully Marcy and I will get on when we meet. Mum told me she was here when I spotted Paige with you in the garden and asked who she was. Mum always knows everything about everyone." Dory, who'd been in Malta since the beginning of May, had also been able to inform Rosa that Zack and Marcy had a younger sister called Electra, presently travelling elsewhere. Zack seemed to realise Rosa might not be any keener on Zack fixing up a girls' night for her than she had been on a mum wangling her a date, and returned to treating their not date as a joke. "I could drive you straight home if you want, but it might make your mum think I pounced on you or was too boring to bear. And I've kind of got my mind on spaghetti rizzi." Glad to fall in with his mild teasing, she took up the menu. "Let's eat. Mum doesn't need any more excuses to get involved." A lithe blonde waitress halted at their table, pen poised over her notepad. "You are ready to order?" The menu was printed in English as well as Maltese. Rosa saw rizzi were sea urchins. Deciding she'd have plenty of opportunity to taste unfamiliar food with her mum, she said, "Penne chicken and another glass of white wine, please." Zack gave his order, then turned back to Rosa as the waitress whisked away. "Does your mum often arrange your dates?" Rosa managed a smile. "Only when she's encouraging me to forget my ex." Over Zack's shoulder, a cheer went up from a group watching football on a TV suspended from the canopy. The clientele at the close-packed tables was divided between those glued to the screens and others socialising all the louder over them. Zack's gaze softened and he let his joking drop. "In my experience, you find your own pace with these things." Though he got points for both apparently understanding what she hadn't said and refraining from swivelling in his seat to see whether a goal had been scored, Rosa searched for another subject. "If your dad was an army kid like Mum, how did your family get to own Taj Beach Terrace House?" Her wine arrived. She thanked the waitress and took the first sip while it was still cold. Though she'd arrived on the island only 2 days ago, she already discovered cold drinks didn't stay cold on hot June evenings. He settled into his chair, the breeze disarranging his hair, which had begun the evening combed diagonally back. "My grandfather was here with the army, like yours. Grandad Harry met and married grandmother Rebecca, who's Maltese. Nana and my great-aunt Juicy inherited the property from their parents. When they were children, the road was called Taj Beach Terrace rather than Irampa, the ramp." His pronunciation of Taj Beach was subtly different to Rosa's Tash Beach, his sh holding something of a soft J that made Rosa aware of her own limitations with Maltese pronunciation. Lucky for her that English was an official language of the island. "Terrace is a good description," she put in. "I love the way it's like an upper deck to the more ordinary road below." Zack nodded. The house was too big to rent easily, so Nana and Aunt Juicy decided to convert it into 4 apartments, owning 2 each. After the structural work was complete, they offered me the job of fitting them out. An image of the bathroom where she'd stood naked a few hours ago flashed through Rosa's mind. It was odd to think Zack had tiled the turquoise and white walls. "Mum was delighted to find our apartment through your dad Steve on the Barracks Brat Facebook group. It's lovely, you've done a great job." He looked almost surprised at the compliment. "I hope you'll enjoy your summer there." She shrugged. "It feels odd at the moment because I've only lived in 3 homes, 2 with Mum and 1 with my ex Marcus, all in our hometown of Liggers Moor. Have you lived here long?" Their waitress approached, threading her way through the tables to set their meals before them. Rosa shook out her napkin. He picked up his fork and loaded it with spaghetti. "I was brought up in the UK too, but I love Malta. I suppose I'll have to go back eventually, but I haven't finished Aunt Juicy's lower apartment yet. She hasn't chosen a kitchen or bathroom because she's tempted to sell her house in Leisha and move in herself. Also, I do some of my own work and help out at a cousin's place." "Is your dad coming over for the Service Kids Malta reunion next week?" Rosa had begun to enjoy herself. Her penne chicken was delicious, and Zack was proving easy company. He shook his head. "He's just begun a new job and Mum has severe rheumatoid arthritis, which makes travel tricky."